Oi, oi, Flat of British, Martin Liga speaking. Welcome back to what will be a very, very juicy Flatter Day. I'm your host, Marticus von Shut Your Trap. Today we're going to go deep. I'm your host, Marticus von Shut Your Trap. We're going to go double deep. Okay, we're going to have a fantastic day, and we're going to enjoy ourselves. Okay, but the juice will overflow. There's so much in this. I don't know. Just get relaxed. Think of this as like an armchair roller coaster ride. Okay, just think of it that way. But the time will go very, very quickly while you're here. So let a few of you rally in. So it's been a fantastic week. Excellent start of the year. Loving the vibes that are going around. Okay. But I'm going to start here with my little chat. Hiya, Nora. Hi, my son, Lawrence. Hiya, Cheryl. Hiya, everybody in chat. Dallas, my man. And Squirrel, Sniper, and Kathy, Broughton, and everybody's in the house. This is awesome. Clipping Gene. I'm going to start here. Because I'd like to have a little philosophical chat with you all before I get underway. Well, this isn't philosophical. This is actually the truth. This is the score. This is the score, guys. The score is we don't know when we are. We don't know what time we're in. We don't know where we are. And we've got some idea of what we are and what we're doing here and the meaning of life and all of that. Seems to get some idea of it when you get on later in life. Weirdly. Through experience and, recognizing patterns in this place. And then, things repeating all the time. And you start to see the construct and you're like, okay. But I spotted something when I was a kid. I spotted that nobody was telling me the truth and nothing was matching my observations on reality. There was stuff going on in my life that nobody could explain, that I couldn't even talk to people about. And there's controllers. There's controllers in this place. And everything we think we know, okay, is being given to us by them. And they watch every single thing that we do. There isn't any secrets from them because we got cameras right in front of us all of the time. And this, whoever they are, okay, who have been doing this for quite some time now, as far as I can see, since this weird invasion, they rewrote history and they erased history. And then the memory of the erasure was forgotten. Hey ho, on with the show. They do it over and over. They do it real time. They tell you stuff in history on YouTube and on news feeds that 1 year later, everyone's completely forgotten. It's like it never even happened. It's like 2 months ago, the world was on the verge of nuclear fucking war. Hey ho, on with the show. We're all doing something else now. There's fires. It's every single bead of information that everyone repeats at me, honestly, is being given to us by the controllers and probably written by some advanced AI. Because my suspicion is that they had AI before they told us that they had AI. And the fact that they have been watching all along. And there are no secrets. And they build databases, everything else. All of these huge farms that they're collecting all of this data. What are they going to fucking do with it all? Profiles on everybody. See if everybody is in with the pattern. The thing is, they know people. Some people will go with it. Some people will always question. They don't really want that, guys. They want everyone to go with the program. Shut the fucking mouth. Get on with the, if the shit fits where it is good for a lot of people in this place. Okay, and they won't want to ask any more questions. In fact, some people get really annoyed with you if you ask these questions because they get scared. They get scared of the thought that there is more going on, that there's more outside. We don't know what is above us. Not really. I know what they say, but I ain't seen any evidence of it in my life. Any vacuums and space and shit. I just haven't seen any of it, guys. I just see lights in the sky. That's all I ever see. Okay, if I'm to discount controller information and see it all for what it is, lies. What about out that way, laterally? Very possibly more going on. This place may be infinitely bigger than we think it is, which I think is the case. What about below us? What about below us? What about in the sea? We know nothing of the ocean. They say they know more about space than they do of the ocean. What the fuck ever. But they don't seem to want to colonize the water for some reason, or even have anything to do with it. So they say. But underground, okay. So from what we have, recollected in this this journey of truth that we've been doing in this historical disclosure, if you like, is that these controllers seem to be able to just press a button and reset civilization. Everybody just gone. And then they replace the whole population with what we call arrivals. We are probably descendants of these arrivals. Where did they come from? The star forts? Underground? Underground. Why do I think they come from underground? Well, they could have gone from other places that didn't have our sun, or underground, because when they come up and you see these arrivals in the Victorian era, they cannot do sunshine. They're covered up, completely covered up, all wearing hats, because they can't do our sun, because they aren't from the sun. They aren't from this sun. So there are narratives out there, many narratives, the Veda, and, people tell me, I am Karios, grown underground in labs. Yeah. So we don't know nothing of this place. I've been watching a series called Silo. It's a bit like Fallout, but it shows you that if you're in a confined place where limited places you can go in within it, then you have to go with what they tell you. Most people will just settle for that. No, Truman, it's all been discovered already. There's nowhere else for you to go mentality, when I don't see it like that. I see it as we know about that much of a much, much bigger story. And we're starting to see bits of it. So the controllers reset, and then all of these people just shit out of nowhere. And if places are reset on the surface and we are indeed surface dwellers, then that would mean that they knew that the reset was coming, and then they lived in huge hives, huge hive bunkers underground. Okay, now there are thousands of miles. I know every crook and cranny in my city, Cardiff. There's tunnels under this city, right? Knows the way into them, guys. Yeah, that you could drive a truck through. Massive. Who the fuck put them there? And they're really, really old as well. Okay. And all of these cities, Los Angeles, they show you this underground sewer system that they use in the film The Matrix. This ancient sewer system. How is it so ancient? And the fact that there are places like Derakuyu, for example, in antiquity, places that are just huge bunkers for many, many people and cattle that have never ever been used, which is really strange. So they know a reset comes and they bug out. Now, there could be people down there that know absolutely nothing about the surface. They could have projected skies, stars, and a sun, and the whole fucking works, all virtual reality, and they don't know anything about it. That could happen. So we're going to look into how deep we've been. Now, you probably are aware, if you're a flat earther, the Kola deep shaft mine, that apparently a borehole that was dug in Russia that went apparently 8 kilometers down. And we'll have a look at that now. They called it the gate to hell, and there's all these narratives behind it. The pressures, the machinery couldn't work, and some apparently demonic voices arising, but that's sort of been debunked, I guess. Can't really substantiate any of that's true. But all of these ancient religions, the Naga coming up from the underworld. And it just seems like, we know nothing about our enclosure or where we are or what's going on. And I think there's a good chance that there's stuff going on below us that we know nothing about. Now, there could be civilizations, okay, that are aware of the surface dwellers. They're probably like, what are they doing up there? Are they mad? Because this truly is Mad Max world. I know we think we come on a bit and we're a bit advanced and all of that, but we're not. It's still fucking Barter Town. It really fucking is. We're not that super advanced. So I think that, there's a good possibility. Now, I'm going to show you a narrative that happened in 12th century England. Two children, green children, showed up, and they give you a description of the place where they come from, which was called, wait for it, St. Martin's Land. I really like that. And the description of it just sounds like a vapor canopy type of environment. It sounds like there's no sun, but there is a St. Martin in the Caribbean, and there's a St. Martin Islands on an old map that I've seen, and they were off of Brazil. So, that's the only ones I can find. Can't find any others. I have looked. So, yeah, happy good vibes to everybody. So, yeah, there's a billion things in this, right? I found some images that are just going to splatter your minds, guys. If you watched my video this week, then this will blow your mind, okay? And if you're looking into resets, if you follow other channels, everything is in one image. And I'm going to go through it with you. You'll be like, whoa. That'll be a bit later on. We're going to look at the narrative. People keep coming to me with the info about the fog and the strange things that have been happening with the fog. Yeah, I'm a bit of a foggist. I've been a Britain on this foggy little island for a long time now. I've seen fog so thick, right, over the fields that I couldn't even see my mates like in front of me, or my hands in front of my face like that. And you just walk across fields and literally hit a hedge barrier, and I'm like, okay, I don't know where I am. That thick, okay, and it does mess you up a bit. But there's a lot of narratives out there as well. The old fearmongers getting in there that this stuff's going to fuck you. But we'll have a little look at that a little bit later, because this narrative is an old narrative. Miasma thinking is at least from the Victorian era and probably the 18th century as well. So we'll have a little look into that. We're going to look into the big deep holes. The Chinese are drilling one now at this moment. 33,000 feet. Okay. Whoa, Jason from Archaics just popped by. Many blessings to you, my man, my brother. Just passing through. Cheers. Come podcast soon, Maximus. I will do. Thanks for that, Jason. Much appreciated. And a good little start to our flat a day experience, which will be mind-bending. Oh, Samson's in the house. Much love to you, Mo. Oh, anyway, so what we're going to be doing. So, yeah, we'll look into this Chinese thing. If you haven't seen it, it's quite mind-blowing, to think that they're doing a tunnel or a shaft or a borehole. And for the reasons that they say they're doing it, makes zero sense. I think that they call it the gates to hell, by the way, If you look into the narratives, the Gotthard Tunnel, Devil's Gate, that they opened, to do with CERN and stuff, I think that these places are, they probably know, the elites, that there's like tunnels that get down to these underground civilizations in these places. So we're going to look into all of that. I'm going to look into a bit of fog. We're going to look into some strange things that have been happening this week. It's been off the radar. Something's happened with the interweb. I'm not quite sure what it is just yet, but I feel my senses are tingling that something has happened I'm not aware of on the whole thing. I don't know. We're going to look into the real Snowpiercer. If you know about the Snowpiercer arc train in the series and the movie, they actually built one, and it was a perpetual engine, apparently nuclear, that could go on forever. I wonder what happened with that, or if they still got it. We're going to look into the Romanovs' demise. Okay, who were the culprits? I'm not going to mention. And the agent that probably got sent in there to make it all go skew-if, which was Rasputin. Some god Ra, Putin. So Putin, Tin, Stalin, Tin, Lenin as well. So we got Lenin. They all got IN on the end, haven't they? Even Putin. I think they're all in the same family. something going on. Anyway, so look at that. Mudflood Moscow as well, which is mind-blowing. Later on, we're going to look at images of the day. They've got Nashville expositions. We're going to look into electric cars like you wouldn't believe. Pricey, $1915, $1,000 for an electric car. I'm surprised anybody had that many. And we got my memes of the week, which will be jolly amusing. We're going to enjoy them, and we're going to have our images of the day and everything else. Okay, there's probably about 1,000 juicy images in this, guys. But like, Jason, if you are here in about half an hour's time, I found this one image that shows you messages from heaven, and and it gives you a list of the things that reset this place. And you want to see what it says about Phoenix? It's all on them, and everything is on this one image. I was thinking of sending her over. It was just, well, still work. Cool. Still can look at it. Good day to you, man, in Scotland. So yeah, get warm, get comfortable, do your thing. Whatever it is you do it well. Let's have our best lives. Yeah, miasma is real, Jeffrey. I'm not saying it's not. We're going to look into miasma theory. I'm just saying it definitely does cause respiratory problems. I watched this fog bank come in after a beautiful blue day. Went out into the next day. It wasn't particularly thick, but it was really, sort of horrible damp that, made you feel a bit, And I got back and instantly, man, just pains and just hurting and stuff from the fog. So I was like, oh, fucking hell, that's not good. So yeah, I doubt, you are in the clouds, there's water vapor. And I've been talking about the Phoenicians in the water for the longest time. And if you're actually walking in the fog, then you're in the Phoenician information, aren't you? So there's that. I think it's good. I think you can get a download from it. It's part of the construct anyway. If you think about it, fog isn't necessary. Maybe it just cleanses it. Maybe it just carries information into the field. Maybe it does something along those lines. If you look at the films like The Fog or The Mist, Stephen King's, they say there's beasties in there. Autodidactic. I haven't seen you for a while. I was thinking you might be moving or something. Yeah, doing your thing. It's good to see you, my brother. It's my friend Nora. Dabbing Goods in the house. Chris Marsden's in the house. Leela Blue. Good to see you. I think I said that right. Tigger and Rogue Reset. Silo is a really good. Yeah, I just watched the end of the first series in totally, as long as it don't go shit like Snowpiercer went shit, I'll be happy with the next series. But yeah, so many fucking clues in there. I was watching, I'm just thinking, yeah, they could so do that with the limited information, the libraries, everything else, all controller stuff. It's like, yeah, we don't know anything. And then I try to sit and actually think about what I actually know about my reality. I would definitely think that I can affect it. But I've changed my philosophy of trying to change the world, even though I indirectly do. But I'm just passing through and I'm not here to change anything. So there's that. And I don't want to interfere with anybody else's karmic passage and journey in this place when they're here to learn too. Okay, if I can help along the way, it just comes out of the fields anyway. It's like I know when to do it. And I only do it with the worthy anyway, because, waste of spaces, they're just here to do that. Waste of space. So there's that. So yeah, I've changed a lot. Okay. And it is awesome. So Ryan, we got a Welshman in the house like myself. As you can see, right, all of my thoughts are coming out of my head today. You can see that? That's what my Brian looks like. So yeah, Martha, good to see you. Okay, let's get stuck into some juice. My own mate Stephen Watson's there in the house, I just see. Hey Stephen, good to see you. And Officer Donut. And David Danvers. And we are bearing witness. Once we wake up, we will realize or get in trouble for messing. Well, that's just tough fucking shit. Because the thing is, I don't see it like that we should be just scared off of finding out what this place is in case they do something. Yeah, it's way past that. And the way I see it is this, is one of the controllers or one of them is leaking information out. That's what I see it. I see it that there's a good force behind all of the truth movement. And I think that some of the things that have been coming out, some of the, the mind blows that have come out, of the field, it's been given to us by them. That's what I suspect. So that would mean that they're having a little battle, aren't they? They're in different groups, aren't they? That's what it would mean. And it would mean that one of them, the mindless psychopathic fuck-ups, will go. Won't that be brilliant? What did John Lennon say? Oh, yeah, this world's led by psychopathic people for psychopathic means. No fucking shit, Sherlock. I won't sit back in my life and just say, no, that's all right. You can use me as cattle. Gaslight me all my life. I'll just do Stockholm Syndrome, and you can do it to me until I die. Whatever the fuck that is. Apparently, you're not allowed to do that either. So whatever is wrong with me or right with me, can't do that, because I'll be surrendering something of my soul, guys, that I'm not willing to surrender, you see. And then I can live with myself and have dignity and do it right. And then the universe, or whatever this thing is, and this benevolent good force behind everything, I believe, which is good news, guys, okay, will guide us, whatever it is. But I feel it, even though I can't see it. And I trust it, because it's good. And it's kind. I don't want to live in a world of just ugly, unkind people thinking bad thoughts and doing shitty things. Can't do it. Can't do dishonesty. Can't do litter. Can't do just shittiness. Can't do it. And I don't want to do it. I don't think I have to either. It's all about perspective, isn't it? Anyway, let's get stuck into some juice, guys. Make sure to share this out. Thanks for all of views on my video this week. That was fantastic. And I got loads more content. There's about 10 videos in this. All right, let loose with the juice. So, yeah, this is a mad tale, this is. I went through it in my head and I was thinking, this is just craziness. Were you aware? Because I wasn't. Even though someone said in my comments today, there's like thousands of miles of tunnels and like Oklahoma and Alabama and Kansas and stuff. I'm like, no, I don't know. Jason told me about, like, there was like loads of places they were discovering in mines, like, you know, tools and stuff, like the bottom of coal mines and stuff. And I've seen images of that too. But check this out, guys. So these are the deepest holes. Now, they've only been this much into what they say is the crust. Never into the mantle. So I put it that there's no crust, no fucking mantle. What are they going on, guys? Oh, we sent a sound wave through and it came back and we thought, oh, there's a molten lava core that like circulates and stuff and causes that magnetic field. It's like, have you got any evidence for it? Well, no, they haven't got any evidence. It's just making fucking shit up is what they're doing. They have no idea what is going on below ground. Okay, I think that 12 to 15 miles maybe below our feet is the inertia plane. Now, remember, you can't stand on the inertia plane, but the inertia plane holds this place in situ. Without the inertia plane, the mountains will fly the fuck away. All of it will. So the deepest natural caverns are only 5,000 feet, and they got them in France. I think I've seen images of them. There's loads of caves worldwide, as we know them. Cenotes in Mexico, other places, as you know. Deepest mine shaft in South Africa, 12,000 feet. And the North Sea's got some crazy drilling as well. Into the seabed off northwest coast of Spain, almost 6,000 feet. I wasn't aware of this Oklahoma one. Goes 6 miles down. I wonder what the story behind that one is. The Rogers Well and the Kohler Well in USSR. This is the deepest they say they've ever been. 7.6 miles. You see the pressure down there, they couldn't do anymore. They couldn't drill anymore. And then this whole narrative of it was the gate of hell. There was strange voices. Although Google says that somebody had like spliced a horror movie backgrounds in. But like, well, I want evidence. This is the age of the fucking internet. Give me evidence. Give me photographs. So just like in that silo, which did, strike a chord with me as the way like Fallout series did, is that we don't know what's below our feet. like Jason in chat now has mentioned that there could be, you know, thousands of miles of real estate just smack bang under our feet. How would we even know? How would we know? See, I think it's really feasible, and the tales, you know, of all of the people or the beings that come up from underground, and the fact that, like, you know, well, you don't have to tally up how many children just turned up in the 1800s to repopulate the place, including the orphan trains, filling all of them orphanages and the whole of the cities and everything else. Everyone just, and the whole world, my guys, remember this, just shit out of nowhere in the 1800s. Look at the buildings. Oh, they're all 1870, 1880. The whole of Victorian fucking Britain is all of that time, because nothing happened before then, you see. We didn't have a world before then. So Egypt too, you can see deep underground. This is in the Giza Plateau. I posted about that being possible bunker for Noah's flood in the past, and oxygen making technologies like submarines. And the aquifers of the ancient world as well. I've seen these. I've seen these in northern Italy, in Tuscany. And they've said that they were feeding the Roman Empire, or the Tuscans, with pristine water. And some of the water in these is supposed to be like ancient rainwater, but they are deep, deep underground. So they got underground aquifers. Okay, so they got some sort of drinkables, which you need. Gotcha. And vast underground tunnel systems. These are everywhere in the world. They say, I haven't got evidence for it, that you could literally walk or go from London under the sea all the way to Istanbul across Europe from ancient tunnel systems that they were using in the medieval period. I've seen these tunnels on images, on some of them anyway, going through Scandinavia that I've shown too many times to repeat now. From Kirster books. So just imagine, guys, okay? Now, like I said, I can't even, you know, get my head around how much I don't know about my environment, because I've just discounted everything that they've told me. I don't know. I've gone in line because of my studies of quantum mechanics that this thing could be, you know, I'm affecting the field through my thoughts and my intent and my emotion. Okay, that is definitely happening. So there's an interactive nature to this place, which seems to be is a mathematical construct, which means it's all a technology. So all of this, yeah, is completely plausible. And then people down there could have an artificial sun and think that the stars are in the sky, the sun's in the sky. Okay, these children, these green children, they said that their environment of St. Martin, interesting name, the sun never set. It was always twilight, and they look like elves. So I got to think about the elflings, because somebody told me I was actually the elf king. Maybe that's true. They haven't actually showed themselves yet and say, yeah, Martin, you are elf king. But I'm definitely an elfling creature. So that could be the Middle Earth, you know, guys, of Tolkien. And not here, but below us. And it could look exactly like this plane, with sun and skies and mountains and all of it. How would we even fucking know? And then it's exactly the same as this, and then you go above us again, and it's exactly the same, repeated and repeated and repeated. Yeah. Oh no, it's too big. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. It's 20. They say it's 24,000 fucking miles, 12,000 miles across, right, guys? So what? Spread that out. No, that ain't even that fucking big. North to south either ain't that big. So the church are thinking that there might be places deeper. This is in Chartres Cathedral. This is a medieval optical illusion of a falling pit, but it really does look futuristic, guys. And it looks like CERN, or that you could stand on this and go down some super futuristic tunnel that they built in the ancient times. We could be way behind the surface dwellers. You know, this could be the scummiest place that there is, the surface dwellers. So Paradise Lost, and obviously Dante's Inferno is a story of going to Dante's Inferno, Hades down there, the old hellage, through an upside down inverted pyramid. And we say Mount Meru's a pyramid, stepped. But isn't it curious how it's stepped down, nested? Why would they do that? Exactly. And they go through purgatory and all the different levels to get to heaven. It's all underground. So they say there's oceans underground. They say that there's vast voids. How would we know that the Tower of Babylon was not actually going up at all, but going down? Maybe they just didn't think to give us that slight detail and dug themselves a huge silo where literally generation after generation after generation would exist without any knowledge of the upper world. And then they would reproduce massive amounts of babies in their baby farms, and then they would release them out into the world. It could be maybe even some sort of experiment, if you like, to see how the environment will suit the new surface dwellers that they've let out. At first, it's no good. We're like literally fucked in this environment without our parents when we're babies. Leave a baby on the floor in the woods and see how long it would last. We are totally inequipped for this place. The animals, not so. Us, we are. The animals come in, yeah, with everything automatically downloaded. Okay, we don't know shit. We got to be shown but everything. Okay. So they come to the surface, and the sunlight, they can't do the sunlight. Okay, and there's different people here as well, aren't they? There's the black people, but I read that black people fare well more in a cold environment than they would in a hot. Curiously, the melatonin protects them from cold, which is really interesting. And the Chinese people, they have really, I was going to say slitty eyes, because they're always squinting, because where they originally come from was really, really cold. Maybe it wasn't the Hyperborean. Maybe it was one of these massive vaults. If you Google how many pyramids are under the water, for example, it comes up in the tens of thousands. There's so many underwater pyramids. Pyramids that have just been forgotten about in the Cayman Sea off of India, maybe something to do with the Indus Valley civilization, who even knows? But they're there. Off of Japan, pyramids under the water that were once on the surface. Or were they? So China is digging a 10-kilometer hole into the earth, and there's questions of why they're doing it. If you Google it, it's completely unsatisfactory. That looks just like that church floor in Chartres if you're looking downwards this way, really coincidentally. I don't know what sort of drilling machinery, but I do realise that once they use that, they leave all the machinery where it is because they can't get it back out again. They did it with the Welsh coal mines. All of that machinery is all still down there. So, okay, so massive investment. We're just going to drill deepest hole ever. And then they have reports, or I can't substantiate, guys, but I'm just saying they put it out in the ether. There's, oh shit, there's all strange sounds coming up out of the hole in the ground. Sounds a bit demonic, yo. I think there's stuff down there, like another world. Like maybe that's what you're hearing, the chattering of other civilization. Really weird, though, that that looks like it might be an AI image, actually, guys. There's a little Masonic handshake going on between the Chinese and Kelly, but Kelly's face is looking a bit fucked up, Senator Kelly. Actually, it might be real. Sort of doing a deal or something to do with this drilling operation. So actually, that does look like it might be real. I'm not sure. Let's have a look at these back faces, because AI can't do for distant faces. No, it seems real. Okay, so why would that be? And why is the American interest in this shaft, this deep hole? So it does say you're 32,000 feet, but not according to Wikipedia. So all of this, the outer core, the inner core, down to the, coming up to the mantle, all of that, none of it is proven. It's all hypothesis. It's all absolute bullshit. So they tried to take a look, the Russians. Really weird story behind it. The stories that I watched on YouTube of, they just said it was cursed. Nobody would go to work there. People were scared to even go near it. And it's not even big. This is like just the top of the borehole. It's just like an oil well, if you like. They just capped it over and they just left it. The deepest hole in the world. And the mystery surrounding it is, they tapped the gate of hell. We can't go down there. It's no good. Yeah. Where in hell? There's the shaft, and it's 12,226 meters. That's the deepest apparently mankind has been, or womankind has been, they say, until the Chinese are scheduled to finish theirs sometime in the next year or 3, because they don't know how deep they're going. They're saying that, but so the deepest holes. And I've seen evidence of many in antiquity as well. Look at that. They just capped off that, right, with 12,226. That's the deepest they went. Makes zero sense. You see underworlds in Tomb Raider, don't you? All of this. And even in Batman films, you know, they've always got to layer the super criminals with this massive, you know, classical architecture that's under the cities. It's just like, well, we'll put all this shit here then. Go deeper again. But can you just imagine if it was like that? Look at this. Incredible image that is. But again, you know, under in the side of mountains, you know, they knew a reset was coming. This is a recent discovery. They just said on the last week or 3, trillions of tons of underground hydrogen discovered, which could power Earth for 1,000 years. Well, we'll bear that in mind from this moment on, and we'll see if anything happens with that. Sounds a bit like fracking, but we'll give it a chance. They say some stuff, don't they? And who'll have all the helium? It's hydrogen. Oh, that'd be good. I need some hydrogen. Yes, China is drilling a hole into the earth that will be one of the deepest in the world. Okay, if they get there. So the purpose, okay, it's called the Shendik Take. Okay, and it's reached depth of 11,100. Okay, the purpose. The hole is for drilling and exploring new frontiers. That sounds a bit Star Trek-y, doesn't it? Yeah. To reach out, to discover new frontiers never been discovered before. So to find new frontiers, very interesting little phrase that going on. Identify mineral and energy resources. Okay, well, you've got the whole of Antarctica to fuck up for that. Why bother drilling there? Assets and risks of environment disasters such as earthquakes and volcanoes and eruptions. What? And provide researchers with new geological insights, what the fuck ever, and access ultra deep oil reserves. That's more like it. And just before this, it was the 12,000, as I said, meter deep cola. Oh, so well done, China. Not getting out of the ballpark. We'll just keep an eye on you, though, with that weirdness. Whatever's going on. So the cola, they sort of debunked all of these spooky noises, although I thought it was amazing. But this is interesting. So in the Kola deep shaft that was in Russia, yielded unexpected discoveries of water, hydrogen, and microscopic plankton. So all of that way down, there was a plankton, which would mean that the sea was all of that way down sometime in the past. Does it? Well, I don't know. And the borehole revealed a mineralized water, new species of microfossils, and unexpected rock formations. Well, that sounds like a load of useless shit that won't help mankind and womankind whatsoever. But the Chinese, 33,000 feet. That's interesting, isn't it? So, okay, so they're drilling holes. They're just trying to find out what's down there. It's a bit weird. I think there's stuff going on. So these two turned up. Green kids. It reminds me of like Krishna or Krishna kids or Krishna people are blue though, aren't they? But these are green. A bit like Dean Stockwell in The Boy with Green Hair, only they're all green. And they strolled into a village of Woolpit, and it's old Norse for wolf pit, the town they lived in. It was a little tiny, cute little village. I've actually looked at it. It's actually nothing there, and it's not on any specific, ley line or anything that I think of, I can see. So yeah, they turned up in Woolpit, and there's the pub there in the modern day. And apparently, it's a sad little tale, but she survived, and she told the people what was going on and where she come from. because they never spoke a word of English. They just showed up and they said they came from a world below our feet. They say, the green children of Woolpit, okay, excuse me, go away a bit there, concerns two children, okay, unusual skin colour, who reportedly appeared in a village of Woolpit in Suffolk, England, sometime in the 12th century, perhaps during the reign of King Stephen. And the children, found to be brother and sister, were generally normal appearance except for their green colour of their skin. They spoke in an unknown language and would eat only raw broad beans. Eventually, they learned to eat other food and lost their green colour. But the boy was sickly and he died. Around that time, his and his sister's baptism. And the girl adjusted to her new life, and she was considered to be a very wanton and impotent. Okay, bit of a diva then. After she learned to speak English, the girl explained that she and her brother had come from a land where the sun never shone. The light was like twilight. According to one version of the story, she said that everything there was green. According to another, she said it was a land called St. Martin's Land. And there's been many citations and books wrote about her. You know, it's in the realm of myth, you know, but it has been talked about in folklore as well through the centuries. And, you know, oral traditions can be trusted, I guess, better than written. And this narrative of these green children has come down the pipeline into British narrative. So, yeah, so they came from a land underground, and it was all green, and they were green. That's mad. Anyway, so they said it was another world. Let me get to this bit here. So in this book, two approaches, dominion, explanations. The two of the green children in the folklore described imaginary account to inhabitants from another world, perhaps subterranean or extraterrestrial. So is the way it goes. But extraterrestrial just means extra land. So very possible. Okay, moving on. Now this is mind blow. This is. But you see this. So my conclusions with that is I think that's happening. I think that there's stuff happening underground. I don't think we know anything. And going on from what I've learned from what they've been telling us, I think that there's definitely others, and I think they're below our feet. That's probably what all of these sounds are, these whirring sounds, these mechanical sounds, earthquakes, all of it is to do with it. So check this, right? It's a mad image. Okay, can you all see this? Check this out for mind blow, guys. So this phoenix, or dragon if you like, but it looks like a phoenix, it's got a flamey tail, comes through like a portal in the sky, just zips through. Check out what it says on it. It's absolutely craziness. Craziness. Check this out. So it says, messenger of the gods, St. Michael, Hermes, Mercury, Marduk, Merodach, and Lucifer, and Silk, whoever this is, Maluadig. What? They're messengers of the gods? It goes crazy. Look over here, right? On his other wing is the sun is Baal. Okay? Beelzebub. Apollo, Phoebus, Helios, the sun in Hades, Phoenix, Roca, and Taurus. Mowers of fire. Oh my God, everything. Destruction by locust, abandoned, Dragon Napoleon, Laz, and then all the names of them, I guess, demons. So on the dragon's head, he's got, not sure what that is, Diva, Zeus, Deus, and Duce, just like Mussolini. What else we got on there? Krampus. Saturn is on its chest. Let's follow it over. So Boogle, Bug, Bog, Bagger, God. Okay, what about under there? We got puka, pixie, pookie, pook, pug. Fucking hell. And what's under there on his wing? Giants and heroes. Ooh. House spirits, familiar spirits. What else we got? Aborigines, trolls, dwarfs, hill people, and earth spirits. Everything in our reality. Fairies, fates, sibyls, Sibylline prophecies, magic. So it's almost as if everything that's been brought into the realm is all on this. It's like a download of this is all the information you're going to need for that realm. There's actually nothing else going on. Just all this. Prometheus, fire, Loki. Wow. Everything is in you. Demigods. What else can we see? Osiris in Hades. Osiris, I think that's Ra in Hades. Osiris in hell. Last word, darkness. Monster. Indra. Oh, look at this. Indra lightning. Indra appearance. Saint Andrew, Indra. But what's this? Furies, heroines, gorgons, and spells. So there's a lot of occult and sort of magic involved in that. But wow. So I thought Mercury and Hermes, Trismegistus, were exactly the same entity, but according to that, not really. It looks like St. Michael is boss of all of that. Lucifer's down there on the list, so it looks like he's one of hospitality. I think that's what it is, if when they turn up, them, the agents, it's this realm has hospitality, and that's what they are. And you've got to keep the lie alive, but there's bits slipped out, and they can't, like, basically once the cork is out of the bottle, it's hard to put it back in again. So let's have a think about the fog. So the crazy fog's been going on. It goes on every fucking year in Britain, to be honest with you. I've never been a great fan. It gets everything smogged up, makes your clothes damp, fucks your chest up, gives you cold sores, and makes you feel which is what it does. But a lot of people being, saying that the weeks before the fire in California, in Los Angeles, actually, that there was terrible fogs. Well, you get fogs in California. That's part of it, isn't it? So, but people complaining. I've seen videos on, passed to me. The people are complaining of a metallic taste, etc. And then the place goes up. And there's all sorts of ideas about nanobotage and smart tech and everything else going on. I can't substantiate anything that is happening, but I can tell you that it does give you respiratory problems. There's no doubt about that. This is an interesting little picture because New York City, why have they got a sleeping Roman in New York City? Really weird. I got 1,200 people watching. Oh, you're in for a treat. There's loads to come. It's going to be very, very juicy. So, yeah, this is all associated with bad air. They call evil air. It's been around for quite some time. It turns up midwinter, all sorts of weirdness surrounding it, around the full moon as well. You get these miasmic events and things like leprosy and other things connected with miasmic, or what they call evil air. So apparently there is a difference between mist and fog. I had to look it up. Mist is there is water vapor from condensation, but fog is clouds, low-lying clouds. So you're in the water, in the information. And I think that they can program the water and structure it, because that is the Phoenician way. They are the masters of water. This is why they baptize into that fucking death cult. Okay, they use it in witchcraft. But water, like holy water, for example. Look, don't throw that on me. Miasma theory been around forever. You can see that it was just the evil air, this influence of air, influenza. And all of these different things are all associated with miasma. This is, beautiful little shot. I think it might be the Rotunda, maybe, at San Francisco. But look at this statue in the water. And it is foggy, and it does get really foggy in San Francisco. So what do I think? I think that it happens every year. I think that it, it does cause, stuff to humans because it's the water, it's the information in it. Look at that image again. Wow, look at all of these. Again, it's like that. It's a giant bell, isn't it, with a resonator on top. But all of these, my God. And they put them on important nodal points as well, to keep probably generating the entire sim from these places. So railway lines under fields, deep under fields, being dug out, so they were laid previously by previous civilization, and nothing is new under the sun. Everything that we think we got, as I will show you along this trip, we've all had before. So this is a beautiful little Tatarian style, isn't it? A bit of Barocco going on there, but and it's spooky, very Munstery. So yeah, it's what I noticed though, what I did think is, oh man, imagine if like they was getting something ready in the sky, like blue beaming us, like or 1,000-foot Jesus or some alien ships or something, and the fog clears and oh fuck, they're all here. And the fog acts as like a screen, because I've noticed I used to shine my laser into the fog and it like literally just done really weird stuff. You can shine my my super powerful torch and it acts like a screen. The fog acts like a screen. You can see shadows on the fog, guys. Like if you went like through a tree, for example, the tree is reflected on the fog like a screen. It's a really weird phenomena, but fog acts like a screen. All of the Phoenician images that I show you, they're all hidden behind a chem cloud or a fog, aren't they? And I think that is because of what the narrative is the information's in the water. And why wouldn't it be if we're living in a fluid environment? Of course it would be. So it's a nice little AI image of what they thought, Tataria. It was like, I like some of these and I don't. I've seen a Facebook group the other day, everyone loving on it, but there wasn't one bloody real image in there. Although they were juicy, they were reality. But this is the way it's going. It's the nature of the beast, unfortunately. But it's YouTube, so whatever. So yeah, beautiful steam-powered world, steampunkage, beautiful buildings. I don't want to say anything derogative about the society we live in today. I think it's got great promise. That's what I say. Okay, it's all absolutely epic. It's all about perspective. Yeah, don't breathe her in. So yeah, that's sort of the narrative going around the internet at the moment. It's a really old theory. It's been around forever, and yeah, it causes health problems. Do I think they're doing anything sinister with it? Yeah, it's the fucking Phoenicians. Duh. Yeah. Fuck yeah. Definitely structuring and doing shit. Literally, they could literally reprogram the entire sim. Just send it across, new information, if you know what I mean. So these are Mudflood Moscow. We're going to spin through these. These are crazy good. These are. If you don't believe there's a civilization below your feet, these are just the tops of buildings here in Moscow, guys. They dug up this long street. I've seen that on Google in the modern day. It goes straight down to the straight on Red Square, which they dug up in its entirety. And you see that there's all things down there. I don't know if they dug it out for the tomb of Lenin or whatever, or Stalin. But as you can see, doing earthworks, but there is a city. I'll show you some doorways that go into absolutely nowhere. No. All of this stone, I'm guessing that they laid, and might be something to do with the tombs. But you can see these old walls, all of this, everything you see is up below street level. So, and this is a lovely little shot here. This is street level here, guys. And below street level, way, way down in Moscow, you got all of these doors and tunnels. Okay, literally 30, 40 foot down underground from the older world. That is all buried and built on over and over and over and over again. Reset after reset, repopulated. Controllers, they just think they can use us, but there's always been like little rebellions. People have like worked it out or worked out enough and be like, yeah, not really want to do that. And they're like, well, you fucking got to, like, whatever. It's like, that's what they think. So there is, I think this is not going to play out the way they think. This internet revolution that we're going through, this technological change in our lives, it's going to take a while to sink in, you know, guys. It's a bit hectic and chaotic. Something happened on the internet this week. It's going to take us 20 years, maybe. Look at these underneath the city. And it's all buried in the mud. Tunnel after tunnel. Where they all go. It's ground level. You can see the doors there and the arches all below ground level from when it once was on ground level. Okay, so sticking in Moscow, I want a little think about Rasputin, man. The story of what went on with him is just nuts. So he's an Orthodox priest, he's a mystic, and he shows up because he's got healing powers, and he heals Michael, the hemophiliac son of the Kaiser Nicholas. And because he cures him, you got to keep him around. Now, this was a big stink in Russia. He was a big stink too, because apparently he stunk. That there was this smelly clergyman that's worked his way into the highest court in Russia with the 600-year-old dynasty of the Romanovs. He comes along. He's only there a hop, skip, and a jump. And the 600-year-old dynasty is no more. No, they were carted off, apparently, and machine gunned by the Bolsheviks under the control of their masters with little tiny hands. So there he is, looking all weird and crazy, but he's on probably shit tons of drugs. Apparently, he's like really into all the women in the court. Apparently, he just rips the dresses off him, and off them. And they chopped his willy off in the end and put it in a jar. You can go visit it. Made movies about him. Made songs about him with Boney M. Rah, rah, Rasputin. So, yeah, there was a rumor going round that he'd been messing around with the Tsarina. Well, she's the most populous woman in the biggest country in the world. I don't think that's going to go down well. They scrubbed him up for a few photographs, I noticed. Not this one, obviously. He's drinking and he's drug taking and he's doing all of that. He's in the highest court in the world, really, and it all goes to shit. They do try to murder him, but he won't die. They've put him under the ice. He won't drown. They poison him. He won't poison. Who really was Rasputin? Well, my suspicion started to arise when I looked at the visitors that came to the court to visit him. Harry Houdini number 33 Mason comes to visit him, right? And other people like that, yeah, come to visit him like he's a celebrity pop star. Okay, I got a feeling that this guy is an agent, and yeah, these mystical powers that he had was something else clearly going on. He may have had some, but who is he exactly? Who does he work for? I got a sneaky suspicion that he was sent in to fuck everything up, and then infinitely the demise of an ancient dynasty, which happened. Plant is what I think he was. The story, the narrative of the way he brought, he was, brought up and everything, it's too well documented. You know every fucking thing about him. And, in the court with all of this lush stuff, and he stinks like a mule, makes no sense whatsoever. And his terrible way and nature with human beings, like ripping women's dresses off in public, apparently. And there he is with the Tsarina, which is people in Russia got to hear about, and they were like, what the fuck? Our beautiful Tsarina, our queen, is hanging around with this smelly fucking hippie, taking drugs and probably having sex, which is what the rumor is. I'm wondering if this guy, okay, and I'm not going to go as far as she never had a baby. She got murdered before then, maybe. She did have all of them kids, though. I'm wondering if Rasputin is anything to do with Stalin. I see a similarity. And Stalin is a pure psychopath, isn't he? And an agent. I wonder. he's a Georgian. He just shows up and he's in the highest power in Russia. Yeah, Stalin, from a bank robber in scummy, what was to the Russian people a scummy place. Yeah, and he spoke with a coarse Georgian accent, which was frowned upon by elite Russians. Yeah, he makes his way to the highest power. But he literally had complete control over the peoples of Russia and their lives as well, whether they lived or whether they died. Koba, the boss, big mafia, and I think he was related to Rasputin. I do. So there's Tsar Nicholas. He didn't seem to mind the Tsarina fucking off with the smelly hippie. He's a bit of a nutcase anyway. There's just so many stupid photos of him out there, Tsar Nicholas. I'm not impressed. So obviously he's cousins with King George, and he's cousins with German Wilhelm, and his granny is Queen Victoria. I know they're all the same family, but he's making sure that his daughter Anastasia gets some tobacco down her, because it's not bad for you at all in them days. So he goes to meet with the high staff, the size of that whopper, that German soldier. So Nicholas wasn't short. He's like, I think he was about 6'2". Clone saying super conscious. Could be. I think these actors, so they got the same name and they're exhibiting the same tendencies as well, psychopathic nature and all of that. What was his eyes saying there? I see sorrow. I see a very unhappy man that knows some shit is coming. So apparently they murdered him with a Mauser, but apparently Anastasia survived and lived on in Swansea in Wales, apparently. So some people say. The bullets pinged off the diamonds. But I have showed you the evidence for the room where all of this terrible crime was supposed to have taken. And it's just, I can't believe anybody hasn't pulled it before. It's fucking ridiculous. There's no evidence that anybody's been killed, or the Tsarina, or the girls, or Nicholas. I think they makes much more sense if they went into exile and never to show their faces again. Although the Bolsheviks could have murdered them, wipe out that ancient dynasty. So part of the Tatarian narrative, this dynasty is something to do with that time. Just the feel of it. The perfect little family, quite modern as well for their time. They like the family shots as well. Although it was all apparently bullshit and all a facade. When you had the one boy, Michael, as I said, kept alive, there he is, by Rasputin being able to do something, because he basically knew a cure. And there's not really a cure for hemophiliacs, is there? They just bleed the fuck out, so he done something. There they are, there, the Cossacks and the Russian hierarchy that ended after all of that time. And you got this new Russia now, haven't you? They having a good time? I think they'd love to go back to the communist era, them lot now, wouldn't they? It's like, well, this democracy's a bit fucking nasty, isn't it? Everyone's turning into a fat pleb. Like, no shit. So what's that then? It's called democracy. Demonocracy. So, yeah, they brushed them up really well, but they were like the richest family in Russia. But to think that these all got machine gunned defies my imagination. Such a family-orientated people. Look at them, down in order of size. Oh. And here's some of the girls. And oh my God, look at the stuff they had in the past. How healthy everybody is, the beautiful everything, buildings, no vandalism. So there he is, Nicholas with Michael. Terrible fear of losing his boy. And kept him close by. So he was a bit of a dashing sort when he was younger, wasn't he? Was that Nicholas? Yeah, that's a really weird one, that is. I definitely think Putin is brought on. And all of these, Putin, Lenin, all of these characters in this stage show, this play, So back to Armageddon time. So have you watched the series Snowpiercer? The Russian, oh, excuse me, the idea of Snowpiercer is there's a train that perpetually moves round and round a track around the plane, around this place, because the world has frozen up in a Ragnarok. They had this thinking in the 1960s, and they produced a nuclear-powered train track type thing in Russia, and they used it. It could pack up in the winter in Arctic regions as well, and then they just put this casing around it, and they just tracks on tracks, and they just drive them straight there. And apparently, they were perpetual. Apparently, they could run for years and years and years without any refueling. Some sort of radiant technology of, ooh, there they are there. They got replicas in the museum of what these excuse me, perpetual engines were, whether they're not radioactive or whatever. This core here. Divert the power from the warp core, Jim. There's Klingons on the starboard bow, Jim. Scrape them off, Jim. There's Klingons on the starboard bow, starboard bow. Okay. So, more images of antiquity. Right, this is Crystal Palace, which got burnt down, as you know, in the 30s. You can see here, just before it's burnt down, really interesting that they got this inside, is a view of the medieval period. That period we just talked about of the 11th and the 12th century is better than now. Okay, I was under the impression that the Middle Ages or the medieval period was bloodletting and throwing shit out of your window and sleeping twice a day and not having anything really, because the whole world's in the medieval period. Then why does it look like this? Absolutely fantastic compared to today. And this looks really Moorish for some reason. See a little bit of a Persian influence in all of this, medieval influence, but that's probably when they arrived. Yeah, I can see the Moors there. So that's really interesting that this is in London. You've got the Charlotte there as well. But wow, can you imagine it back then? It would have been absolutely fantastic. This is just a font, okay? Look at the colours on it. So that was the medieval world. Colourful and absolutely fantastically beautiful, although they got that weird death cult going on. I'm sure it wasn't all that. Yeah, I know, it's really rubbish now compared to what they had then. So here's the poor old medieval people got absolutely nothing, but they had a world that looked like that. Just mind-blowing. Massive doors again. Look at the size of these doors. So this is just an exposition that they built, which looks ancient to me, in the Crystal Palace in London, which shows you what as you can see, it's an exposition. What the medieval world looked like. It looked fantastic. Mind-blowingly so, in fact. Nice big raging fires and sculdalabras and water all spurting out structured water. Oh, I bet you felt fan-fucking-tastic back then. So when would I say that all of that stuff happened with the Romans, Caesar, Jesus, and all of that? My guess, about 800 years ago. That's what I think. It all happened in this. In fact, all of it has happened in the last 1,000 years. All of it. And the history that we got, okay, it was only fragments of truth to any of it. The savior ideal. So you make sure you don't save yourself, eh? Fuck, don't stand in your own power. You become a superhuman. Yeah, all right. I'll make sure to watch doing that then. Okay. Keep your eye off the woman in the red dress. Why? Boom! I just walked into a lamppost. Okay, that makes sense. So that looks really interesting. But how beautiful was the medieval world? Thought it all fell into disrepair after the Romans fucked off and the whole world went to shit in a handbag. All right. So I mentioned all of these underground places, Denjikura, but look at this magical tower, and all of these towers and castles that we got 600 of plus in Wales, and they are definitely associated with tunnel systems, and they just go down, 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 gates and doors, and you wouldn't know any of it, and we don't. We don't know what's going on. We're just the surface dwellers, and we might not be the only surface dwellers. There could be other surface dwellers in Middle Earth, and we could be Middle Earth. It could be all true. It could be a place down below full of elves and fairies and shit. I think it's true. You're not going to believe me, and I don't. It doesn't even matter to me. But this happened. Me and my sister, we were really little, maybe 6. I don't know. Maybe I was 5 or 6. And we were in somewhere in the countryside in Wales, and on a Sunday, beautiful summer, and we decided, and my mother said, go and have a look for any fairies and stuff. So we looked into like an old sewer concrete pipe, and thinking fairy thoughts. And then the memory then by us both is there was a door in the tree and a spiral staircase that went down into the tree, and we went down there. And we both remembered it. So there's that. So everything faded into mist. The past was erased, and the erasure was forgotten, and the lie became truth. George Orwell tells us everything about these hospitality that are running the place, that are watching out every move. You think you've got fucking secrets? In your fucking dreams. You ain't got none. They know absolutely everything. They know the way you tick. They know what you're going to do next. They know what you're thinking. They do. We never stood a fucking chance as soon as we got these phones. We gave everything to them and these devices. 90% of the things I worry about never happen. Worrying works. And I like that Sean Young's got a little bifter going on. And I always like Sean Young, even as a robot. My new car has a button for everything. There's one that says rear wiper. Still afraid to use that one. Fucking hell. Live it up, love. Press the button. Listen to this. This is true. I saw a guy in Starbucks today. He had no iPhone, no tablet, no laptop. Just sat there drinking coffee like a psychopath. Yeah, man. Well, what's the matter with the world today? You know, you're looking up. Look down. Look at your phone. Yeah. Food for thought. Would it be ironic if Popeye's chicken was fried in olive oil? Where's my olive? Lives my olive. If you don't let your past die, then it won't let you live. This, I'm not guilty of anymore, but I have lingered in thoughts and terrible places that things that have happened to me in the past, and I've wiped all that away. It's not because I don't want to experience it, it's because it stopped me living. And trauma and everything from the past, just repeated flashbacks, deep flashbacks, fucking my head. I'm gone because I've moved on. But it took me literally over 50 fucking years to do it. So if I had this information like I am now when I was a youth, I don't think it would have worked. I think I'm at the proper age for this information now. And do the right thing, even when you know no one's looking. It's called integrity. I do that. I do think someone's looking all the time. I think that God is looking. This guy who said Facebook was not suppressing free speech announces Facebook will be stop suppressing free speech. Make your fucking mind up. Anyway, you won't be able to say what you want on Facebook. That's a setup. As soon as you go into Facebook saying anything in Britain about anything that's happening currently, you'll end up like Funky fucking Prepper. Saddest aisle in the supermarket. This is the world we live in, guys. Cat food, cat toys. Yay, we love cats. Wine and meals for one. Stay at home, drink wine, and wank. Your own. When whoever put the S in fast food is a marketing genius. Indeed, I can see that. Mr. Blobby. Well, yeah, but that's not working in Britain. And we need less of these, like none of them, because they're shit. But we need more of these. But like to be honest, we've got a couple of veg shops in Canton, but I can't actually identify the vegetables and stuff in there because they're not really, they're all new produce that I don't know anything about. This is interesting. Looks like a little happy house in America. Private, keep out, trespassers will be prostituted. That's not all that bad. Library, because not everything on the internet is true. Yeah, but look at the library, guys. They got a fucking globe out here. And the library. Thanks, Carnegie. Yeah, it's all lies on lies, man. It's all shit on shit. This is an under-exaggeration. Loose gravel, but I doubt he had a fuck off big boulder sign the size of a house. But they should have them made. I see your glass is empty, sir. Would you like me to give you another? Why would I want 2 empty glasses? Dum, dum, dum. Ooh, muffin spelt backwards is what I like to do when they come out of the oven. Ooh, let me have a look. Sniff. Thumb. Sniff 'em. Oh, yeah, I love the sniff 'em. Oh, I love a bit of muffin. Love muffin the mule. Okay. So, nothing new under the sun. Check these cars out that were around on the turn of the last century. All electrical mobiles were electric before they were actually they were steam as well. I bet they were using hydrogen technology and they're just not telling us. I just got a sneaky feeling. But these electric vehicles, some of them could just go really quick. So they were doing that before the petrol came along, the apparent fossil fuel, which is about as a naff narrative as air fuel, because oil is a self-replicating ambionic fluid that is the lifeblood of the earth. So that was in Cleveland, Ohio. Let's have a look. From 1911, 40 cells. These got like all batteries in there. So where do they plug them in the house in 1911? Well, the world's far more advanced than they give it credit for in the movies. Like, I've never seen any electric cars plowing around in the old movies, have you? Apparently, you can buy them anywhere. They're a bit pricey, though. The old horseless carriage. Oh, that's a nice one. That's covered up. You won't get soaking wet as well. Plug it in, off you go. Price, yeah. Hang on, let's have a look at this. Light construction, pneumatic tires, 5 speeds, up to 18 miles per hour. Ooh, fucking hell. That's almost redshifting. The fastest, most efficient and luxurious appointed electric carriage ever built for town service. Price, $4,000. Stoner crows, that's a lot. No, never mind. Then, jeez, $4,000. Baker's electric vehicles, Aristocats and Motordome. Oh, you can take your little dog out there and everything. Just don't pull the brakes really hard because you fly over the handlebars and smash your face in. It's almost the nature of a car crash. So, I bet they were really safe though. You can't do much at 18 miles an hour. What's the worst thing that's going to happen? The days before airbags. Bakers are smashing it on the Aristocrat cars. Need a bit more speed. So the Edison electric car could go apparently 1,000 miles on one charge. They can't even do that in a modern day. Jesus, this one's a fourth of the price though. But you can only get you and your missus in it, and then it zip off electrically. Sounds really quiet compared to all them steam engines and shit that's apparently flying around. 1,075. But it has got curtains and a storm apron, which means a mud guard, so you don't flick all the shit up when you're going through the muddy streets of the world. It's all muddy and covered in shit. Okay. More antiquity. Okay, let's move on. I got 1,300 people shit the bed. Can you definitely share this out, guys? This is absolutely awesome. Thank you all for being here. We got a lot to go. I'm going to have a drinkage. I'll come back, give you a few shouts and have a restage and stuff. We love Flatterday, don't we, India? India Holistic Media. Hell hell yeah. Hell yeah. I want to hear the hell yeah, guys, okay? Okay, that'll do. So, this is Wien, or Vienna, in the past. And let's have a little look at the world's activities. Get your barrels off and all your lovely stuff. God, I'd love a bag of potatoes from the old world. A bag of weed. So they got an armory, and this is photographs, believe it or not, from 1866, super early, of an armory, which is a castle basically, full of Venetian decoration, castle, where they keep their arms. So this, Austro-Hungarian Empire that had a big, powerful influence in Europe. But going back like about, I don't know, 7 centuries ago, the Germans, they took over. And basically, they made all the Welsh people stay on the one side of the country. But like, they're presuming that we all like forgot and stuff, that we don't mind. But ask any Welshman if he minds. Nice windows. Like any Welshman will say the same as me. It's like, can we have our shit back now, please? Just like, keep taking everything from us. Culture. Love our language to fuck off too, wouldn't you? But that's not going to happen. Because the Welsh will never let that die. Oldest language, one of the oldest languages in the world is Welsh. Once upon a time, it all was. Oh, so yeah, they got some good shit in here. Looks a bit fasces going on there, doesn't it? What's that? See up there? I mean, that sign. Dampier, 1569. Is that right? 1369, 1420. All right, it's grave. An old sainty. So it looks a bit crypty. It's downstairs anyway, isn't it? Okay, so this is the armory where they keep all your army stuff to go and take over countries and stuff. Britain's brilliant at that. Don't really do it anymore, though, till we don't take over a country, rob all their stuff. I'm not really in that camp, but this is a Tatarian building. Look at it, Arsenal of Vienna. It's all mud flood attributed. Look at the size of that complex out in the middle of fucking nowhere, smack bang to a star fort. Look at that size of that. It's even got his own little railway going on down there. Absolutely phenomenal sized, isn't it? The size on that frontage, yeah. It's like the bloody Louvre. Just mad. Here's some photos. 1866. Mudded inside. See, there's the thing, that makes no sense to me, guys, is you've got that massive complex of all of this beautiful, really beautiful looking architecture, right? And then outside is what? No infrastructure. Is that their infrastructure, that muddy path and its bits of shit and then tiny little fucking trees? Is that it? Where's their stuff? And what's these? You get them in movies, don't you, when they're holding it all up? Your Adeline again. Well, there's no people around in there. It's almost as if they found that again, isn't it? Found our old building. We'll keep all our army stuff in there. Let's chuck all of the shit out that was in there when we take it over. That makes sense. Just crazy. You got complex is that big in 1866. So, if they come, the gods, yeah, if we like war is declared from heaven on humanity, which is a distinct possibility, yeah, we need weapons. We need god guns, yeah. God guns are a thing, yeah. The fasces, yeah. Look at it. It's like a Vajra, or it's like a lightsaber, yeah. Gods use them. There's in the Veda, I'm not sure which deity this is, but he's giving like this giant, a good purple giant, a good old thunder flash and a whopping from his fasces phaser, which is a Vajra. 2 Taurus fields, one Taurus around there, one Taurus around there, and they'll have a little inertia plane. This is no different, this technology to technology that is this Earth plane, electromagnetics. Look, you even got the 4 angels on that Vajra as well. So yeah, they would create a Taurus field and the energy, And with the climate at the time, I got a suspicion that these things became active quick. Held by the right person with the right energy, you could get a thunderbolt coming out of there, a plasma charge coming out of there, I think. And who has one of them next to his bed? The richest man in the world, apparently. Why would he have one of Azra next to his bed? So they show us, got no evidence, so looks like shit. But they said, oh, look at Elon Musk's bedroom. He's got Vajra next to his bed, which is a bit weird, but there you go. I can't believe he's got an English wife, Elon Musk, and she looks proper like British as well. Oh, well, I'm not saying that's a bad thing, fucking each to their own, innit? But wow, Jesus. Anyway, so Britain in 1942, we stood alone against the might of the German Empire. They had all of Europe by then, you see, the French and the Vichy's, and you had the Italians, although they're a bit flip-floppy. That'll be sorted in a little while. All the while, the Luftwaffe, they're dropping bombs on fucking London. But these people, they are unsung heroes. They helped a lot of people. These do seem like set-up photographs by the War Ministry. It's jolly bloody clean for explosives. But 4 people come to care for you. Jesus. Look, I just rescued the little kid. But that actually does look like the house just got blown the fuck up by a bomb. So we had a bomb shelter up my back when I was a kid. We had an Anderson shelter. I missed the war by 20 odd years, 25 years or so. But my mother was in it. She was 8 when it finished. And she remembers running down to the shelter. And then they used to have to sit in there all night where the fucking Luftwaffe were dropping bombs on the docks. And after a while, my mother said she wouldn't go anymore. So what do you mean? She said the sirens would go, and she's just stay in bed, Carol. If it's going to fucking land on us, it'll land on us. There's no point doing that. We're not going down a damp, cold fucking bomb shelter, because they had the one in the street that everyone shared. So most people, after a while, they just left them life to fate. If you're going to be taken out in a bomb, fucking it's going to happen. It'll happen if you're in the shelter, really. And after they saved a load of people off for a cup of coffee. Now, my friend Steve, he's dead now. His uncle, he was down to Blanche Street in Riverside when I got bombed by the Luftwaffe. Apparently, he was scraping them off the walls with the shovel, which is a horrible thought, but they were. War is hell. I don't know why I'm laughing. So, yeah, look at all of that shrapnel as well. What's the shrapnel doing there? Must have come off that bomb exploding. Bloody cheek of it to drop bombs on one another. So the ones that come over in the day, they were often buzz bombs. Yeah, these robotic bombs that came over from Europe, landed on London. So, yeah, killed thousands, mind. In London, it's pretty bad. Swansea got completely demolished. Loads of cities, Coventry did. But nowhere looked like Tokyo. Nowhere looked like Dresden. Nowhere looked like Berlin. Mind you, it is really strange, the photos of Tokyo. There's nothing standing. In Berlin, everything is standing, although they must have had a lot of wooden buildings. So they got a street triage here in the East End somewhere, cups of coffee. Can you imagine what it was like back then? So I said to my mother, like, was you ever frightened? And she said, no, she just wanted to go to bed in the shelters. And people were dying nightly in the bomb raids. Fuck yeah, of course they were. They were landing all over the place. A lot of them, though, they built a fake docks near Newport and they lit it up, and the Luftwaffe got conned by it, and they thought it was Cardiff docks, and they just dropped the bombs, and they were landing in the mud flats off Wentlock. It was literally a dummy port that they built. Still evidence of it there in the modern day. You can see on the maps. It's really incredible that they did that. Built a replica of Cardiff docks in the mud and conned the Germans, apparently. But we didn't suffer that bad in 1942, but we stood alone. We won the Battle of Britain, apparently. Got air superiority. So Hitler didn't invade us with Operation Sea Lion. But to be honest with you, that'd be the worst mistake you'd have ever made, Hitler, because he could have got fucked right up. Yeah? Britain. Jeez. Can't even imagine. Anyway, let's move on. Images of the day. What's that, Beachmaster? Oh, I'm hoping to come back to America Yeah, well, it's opening up a bit. The old censorship. I don't know what's good and what's not. It's all down to, like, I'm a slave to the analytic. Me, I've got to be careful. But I'm getting it. So after reset, there's no painting. You can see that these people, they just come into these massive Greco-Romano features, and they just live in them, and all grass, and you can just see that there's been a reset, that the world got completely wiped out, guys. These people, they're healthy, they're okay. These are arrivals. It's happened over and over, guys. And remember I said about reflections on the fog? This was a recorded experience that happened, although take no notice of the clown face, to the army in Balaclava the Napoleon's troops in the Battle of Borodino. And they witnessed these and projected on the fog, and even a big bird as well. Big bird was reported, like, so they must have had giant lamps, and they were just shining them at the soldiers and then reflecting giant soldiers in the sky. But that's what was reported by Napoleon's soldiers. Really unusual. So they do magic. Telegrammate, and all of these magical things in a circle, and he's summoning up demons. See, that's retarded, man. You wouldn't. You'd summon up a woman demon for a start off, sexy one. Yeah. Literally, you could sneeze and summon up a demon. Don't even worry about it. How do you even know these ancient words? Oh shit! I just accidentally summoned up a demon. Yeah. I got really bad wind today. Oh shit, I just summoned up a demon. So yeah, he's in an antiquitant as well. But fuck off. So weird, my life. Yeah, so an angel being has turned up. He hasn't got a glow on him, so he might not be one of the slave race, God's slaves. Go get me women. Hurry. You've got thousands, God. I want more. So yeah, Raphael Real, he's doing one of those circles and full of sigils, and he's bacon, I think, and he's necromancing, bringing the dead back to life. Now, Nostradamus talked about the Olympics in London, there being a zombie Armageddon and the dead rising. Well, if we're in hell and we're all dead anyway, that makes perfect fucking sense. I think he smashed it. Oh, I'm not sure of Raphael here. Wasn't he a Ninja Turtle? He's with a small boy. Oh, that's not good. St. Michael, fucking killing stuff again, like always. And Gabriel, who's Ave Maria with the lilies. Oh, it's a nice touch. Yeah, these cave systems. Look at these. So the monks or the Vatican got to hear about the reset. It's like, oh, we must take all of our paintings, and what about the Sistine Chapel? Oh, that hasn't been built yet. Oh, yeah. And they take all of their riches and they put them in a cave. They put paintings on the walls as well, you see? And a little shrineage, all in a cave. Even the pews, all in a cave. Because above here is the end of the world. Again. Hi, love. I'm just going to send me the rest of the month to dig our house out of the mud. Is that okay? Well, yes. That was the deal, wasn't it? Yes, that's why they called it digs. If you could dig it out, you could have it, they said. In the club. Here's a mystic. What's he doing? Well, he's got some special tech on his head. Wow, 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 wow. Oh, he's made a load of little people. Oh, well, is he going to bring them to life? Yeah, of course he is. So it'd be amazing. You wouldn't even need friends if you were that magical, would you? So this looks like a whopper of a human being. Sorry, it's a small image, but these got to be just normal men height and 10 foot at least. It's got a long cape on like that Tartarian dude that we see. So in the year of 130.7s, dear, a UFO with a hand on it or a finger pushing it down incinerated our buildings. So it's a bit UFO-y, isn't it? But again, can you see the clouds? So yeah, they could be using some sort of screen with fog. They could use it as a technology. It happens every single, in Britain. Fucking hell. So yeah, fire and brimstone that falls from the sky. Why would we have fire and brimstone if there's only supposed to be a vacuum up there? I think it's a byproduct of what's going on up in that other world. I think there's other stuff above us. I think there's an ocean above us. I think it's a Tatarian ocean. So in this image, end of the world, check this out, right? Fire and brimstone. The sun is there, yeah. The moon is there. What the fuck is this black sun that just showed up, causing Armageddon? And everyone running to the caves. Yeah, it's becoming pretty clear, isn't it? And San Francisco, 1906. Check out this building on the corner, right? Gutted, looks like Berlin. How is it, right? I'm not an expert of fire investigation, but I do know one thing: heat rises. How come all of this stone is completely buckled and melted, and all the stuff above it is seemingly all right? Because it was burnt from within, from above, as it all was, as it still is. And what about the arrivals? Look at these poor Armageddon people. Wow, they look so scruffy. Look at the clothes hanging off them. Oh my God, it must be awful in Armageddon. No, they look absolutely fantastic in new clothes, guys. Look at this shiny leather bag. I don't know. I don't know what that is. I think you'd have to be tripping to know what that means. But I do see a saint turning up. Somebody who's just wanted communication with the saint, and the world burning in the background. That's what I see. But, So this guy, he has a little puff of his opium. Yeah. He's like, oh, wow, man, that was... Oh, my opium just turned into a lovely, sexy angel. Oh, shit. What's the Cherbanuski with the big knife and blood on it? So, yeah, that little dream turned weird, didn't it? His little trip there. So I think this might be a sign, 1674, something there, the red hand, that you can come here and get blocked up. But yeah, nice little touch. Yeah, I've got a knife with blood on it. Guess whose blood's going to be next? But you're too stoned on opium to do anything about it. This is what ghosts do, guys, because we're ghosts in the machine. Do you believe in humans? No. I've never seen one myself. No, not me. I suspect they're real, though. So check out this predictive programming on a wall, a mural in Melbourne. A lady's taking a photograph. And the NHS-bler, frontline heroes, and he's holding up the globe. Thank God for the praise be. So this guy here, he's doing a self-portrait, but he has got split personality. Isn't she probably pretty? So yeah, so as I said, you got to get God guns. I don't know if we're going to be giving them later on, but I think these heavenly hosts in their Ezekiel's wheels and weirdness. Oh, I can see them all coming down the stairs now, all pissed off, and we're going to come and tell you off or whatever they do. I can't imagine them being more controlly than the controllers, because these lot are actually telling the controllers what to do. Tell them they're on a spinning fucking ball. Tell them this, tell them that. Doesn't even matter. Give them a fake history. They'll never work out who they are or what they are. Some of them are working out what they are. Some of them are going to start flying soon, like the Matrix, man. So that's a movie. Well, not according to this painting. Look at him. He's doing Neo, guys. He's coming down from a portal in the sky and he's doing Neo, which is the last thing he does in Matrix 1. So here is some witches, and witches got bad press. They're doing a bit of sticking needles into a effigy of someone they dislike. The owl, ever present. I'm not sure what the hand is here with this thing sticking down. And a basket of babies, because they eat them, because they're witches. Everyone knows that. What's this? Lafayette Street. So this is in also in, I believe, San Francisco. 19. No, it's not. 1914. I'm looking at a disaster. What is that there? After big fire, Lafayette Street. Where's Lafayette Street, guys? Anybody know? Well, another city gone anyway. Look at all the people again to reoccupy. Anyway, the six best. I nearly said sex then. The 6 best doctors: sunshine. Yep. Don't get much of that. I haven't seen it in ages, but wishful thinking. Water. Yeah, give me some juicy water. Rest. Yeah, I need a bit of rest. Air. Yeah, I love air. Exercise. Yeah, gotta have loads of exercise. And diet. Yeah, that's what you need. So do you go into the light when you die? What's coming through this one then? That's really weird, ancient or old depiction here from Jura, showing us a portal with, it's literally a portal. So they don't exist. Again with the black sun. So we got keys to the mysteries beyond. That's what we're looking for. Keys to the mysteries beyond. So what we got? Like giant serpents. I am the power. Okay, well this angel dude, he's got chicken feet. He's got chicken feet. So you can fry them. Put him in batter. And this one looks like he might be Hermes. Or one of them, he's got a trident and the black sun, but it is radiating, isn't it? Or maybe the dragon at the sun and it's full eclipse. Ha 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 ha. So yeah, this narrative has been around to scare people, the fear, the perfect Hegelian dialectic, or what's just been going on now with the narrative of making flat Earth a lot more popular than it was 1 year ago. But at the same time, making a load of globe channels, a load of money on the back of flat earthers. I'm not really into that. So there's that. But so is nature of the beast, though, isn't it? So it's all about that. So it's the controllers, again, trying to just keep everyone in their place so they don't find out too much. As soon as you get over the mark, something's happened. I'm literally in the last week, I'm like, oh shit, I just broke the fucking internet. I'm like, oh shit, I just broke the fucking world. Oh shit. For the last couple of days, because basically it's just, I had this weird buzz on me that something was aware of what I was up to. I literally done a post about Satan being the sun this week, and that night I had like 6,666 subscribers, 66,600 subscribers, but it only lasted for an hour. And then it went away again. So here's some NASA people, and I'm going to take you to watch a penis-shaped thing go off in the sky. Can you feel that crackling? Yes, I can feel it. It's tickling me. Yes, it's tickling my bollocks too. So that's what's going on with rocket launches, as we all know. Yeah, way to treat Christ, isn't it? Chuck it on the floor and squirt its face off. But, place could do with a bit of a clean. So who else worships Satan in the mainstream then? Somebody's got an upside-down cross and Lucifer's face on it. Somebody we know, could be. It's disappointing, isn't it? I was him a couple of years ago with his fancy dress, where he had a costume made for him of Lucifer and an upside down cross. Nothing wrong with that. That's really wholesome. That's really wholesome and lovely. I feel all cutchy all of a sudden. I'm not. It really is difficult to say, guys, but apparently it's Cyclops. I'm not sure if these eyes actually work. This one. So a bit of cross-pollinating going on there. You see Cyclopses in the Fallout program with one of the silos that we could be in. Basically got different experiments going on in each one. So he's about to chop off this angel's wings. I wonder what he did wrong. He's got these scythe. You know what that's for, don't you? All fire of time. Turn that over. As soon as the last sands of time drip through, it's like time to wipe these fuckers out then. So, in the Germany in the old days, you could go in the railway station, okay, and can you imagine how tasty these German sausages are? in the railway station in the past. Okay, I'm not sure what's going on with this. It's electrical treatment that people were going through in the past. Look how healthy and radiant she is. Bored, obviously, suffering with a bit of camel toe. What? Look, she's happy. She's getting electric shock treatment, and it is really groovy. I've had to go into some sort of electrical chair thing in festival. Oh no, it was sound actually, but it was really weird. Sensory thing. So they don't do that too much for our pain relief in the modern day. So this is Glastonbury tour. Unbelievable place. I went up here a couple of years ago, took maybe 80 people or something up here, part of a tour. And it is the most fantastic view ever. But look how low-lying all of that fog is that we all breathe. And above it, absolutely smashing. Clear, crystal. Here's Hairy Mary. And she's got a little toy for baby Jesus. And they've all got these halos on. Okay, these entrapment devices, I believe. So this guy's peeking at this woman. So that's what they did. They bathed out in the street or on the garden in the pool naked, which is awesome. And then you can go and watch them do it. So awesome. Oh dear. It's not a happy tale, is it? She's having a torture victim as the Messiah. Couldn't you have had somebody like more Fonzie, maybe? A bit like the character that Clint Eastwood plays in the Fistful of Dynamite movies. More like that. Oh, she's got loads of bread. So here's Hairy Mary. So yeah, Hairy Mary, what's going on? She's ginger. Again, she got that halo going on. She's come out of the church with a lot of bread. But she's really hairy. I don't know what it is with Hairy Mary. Maybe I'll get to find out. Okay. I doubt it, though, because it's only a picture. Oh, I don't want to look at that. Oh, God. Don't worry. It's only the Bible. I'm sure it'll end well. All ends well in the end. Okay. Ooh, moths to light. Oh, I love this. What's happening in that building? Oh, shit. And here is another future guy coming through a wormhole, and he turns up in the past with new technology. And they're like, oh, shit, it's God. Because they have no frame of reference for this super futuristic dude that's come out of a fucking disc that just appeared in my front room. I think it's definitely a thing. So it's all in this image, isn't it? So I think we got Washington here with an angel, but everyone's in here. All of the mermaids. This old fuck dude. You got the eagle with the wings open. I think this is Faceless Night stuff. I'm not sure. A serpent wrapped around like the Caduceus, but not. There's a serpent, active charge, sort of like EM allegory. But well painted, I must say. It's all in there, isn't it? Here's another one that looks. Here's another portal that's just opened, hit the floor. But this one looks like a vagina for some reason. But you see a lot of Mary Madonna in vagina sort of thing. So Queen U. This is the inside cover to We Are the Champions, and there's all people running because a robot has just busted through the dome that had a sky projected on it that they all thought was real for the longest time. I mean, about 500 years they thought it was real, but before then everybody knew that the world was actually illusionary and there's nothing physical in this place because all is mind. But it's a cool little trick. It's all smoke and mirrors. Half of it is pretending, because if it's an illusion, then it's anything you think it is, like floating cities in the past. Maglev technology in old pictures, and we've seen loads of evidence of that in the past, haven't we, guys? Let's be honest. You know, China had the floating cities. It even appeared over Hastings, I think, that same year. Photographed, but it's only the internet. Can't trust that. So here is a pig angel. There used to be a human before he had a witch's spell put on him, and he's standing upon a see-through crucible Seems to be the god grenade is a god weapon. Seems to be a resetter. Check this out. I got from a coaster. I mentioned earlier, this person is place of any decent knowledge, but I was interested in these because they looked exactly like looking down on a fash haze, and indeed it was related to the sun. The sunlight rays came through this device, which looked like that there, and it sent kaleidoscopes around the wall. Can you imagine that in that day and age? You know, this is 1700s. That's just nuts. Kaleidoscope. I wonder if that turned to. Yeah, it's a brilliant invention. Kirsch did. Really amazing. So here they are. So let's put it in mind that others could turn up, and it might not be as nice as that. They might not be all like, if they're the hospitality that they work for are total cunts, excuse my language, then these lot are not going to be any better. There they are in their advanced Ezekiel wheels things, because there's Ezekiel having his vision again, another disc floaty thing with somebody who's all lit up like Xerxes. So I don't know who these are. They're a strange group of people, but this angel just zipped out of nowhere, and he's going to make this person back to life. But I'm more concerned about these. Or maybe they're just a really strange group of friends, guys. Let's not judge. Let's not judge. So let's see what's happening here. This guy's got the dome on and a load of what looks like strictly prawns or fawns, not prawns. There's something else. And he's got Henry. So I'm suspecting this is the crown of thorns being put on Jesus, who's being held down by an angel and a demon. And the angel has all-seeing eyes all over it, just like Horus eyes. So an angel and a demon holding Jesus down. So who's the guy with the glowy head? Pontius Pilate. And what is the crown of thorns? Looks a bit big as well, doesn't it? He's got a bag of money in his hand. Yeah, it looks like it. This could be Pilate. Excuse me. I'm not actually sure. That can't be King Herod, can it? That Pontius Pilate. He's got a bag of coin there. Could be. What's the crown of thorns doing there, though? They didn't put that on him. So, yeah, loads of people hiding themselves. They put masks on. And a lot of it is through insecurity and the way that this place is makes your head fucked up. Trauma and everything. And they hide themselves behind masks. But some people pull that mask down and they got an ugly fucker underneath. Some, not so. Some you can just see it in the eyes. They're just beautiful. Don't even need the mask. Just see straight through it. Loads of people in this place like that. So here he is, a holographic deity that has just appeared in the sky, 1,000 foot high. Imagine him turning up. Just a giant illuminating light. You're not going to argue with them if they ask for stuff anyway. And I'm guessing you could shoot tanks at them and that, you know. Have a little go, isn't it? Let's have a look at this Phoenician strangeness, and it is strange. So you got the mermen that just look like they're like cocoons just coming into life, metamorphosizing into this ground-dwelling environment from the depths of the sea where they came from. Whoa, that looks like the thing. Oh, very Lovecraftian. Wow, that is spooky. But a lot of Phoenician stuff like the Horn of Plenty, the fruits, the grapes, and things that we so recognize. Okay. God, I've been talking for ages, haven't I? This is real. You were doing that in the past. Nah, it's not real. It'd be good if it was, though. I play with it. So here's a band. They know about the Fog. Velvet Fog. A band from the old days. Yeah, don't buy their records, guys. So Ezekiel's wheels got this craft going on. This Xerxes dude sitting on top of it. He's got a bit of a control pad. He's hidden in clouds. And then they got these winged creatures standing upon these Ezekiel's wheels again. Like another floating city, if you like, but with this dude on top. Has probably got laser beam eyes, just like Homelander, maybe. Yeah, so after the events of the last couple of weeks, this is how I feel about that. Yes, that's right. Trippy this, isn't it? I know. First time I seen it, it freaked me out. I thought, what's the meaning of this picture? But it's the cover of Herman Hesse's book, Damien. And I thought it was something to do with the Omen, but it wasn't. It was a First World War story, but it did change my life. It's not too many books that changed my life, but that is one of them. The Untethered Soul, if you got a chance to read that. That's one that sticks out in my mind as a book that is quite life-changing. The Untethered Soul. I can't remember who wrote it now. Offhand. So this is a Japanese person dressed up as something that they have seen in the past, maybe. Very weird-looking, reptilian-y. And these things, I can imagine them just sticking out once they're really annoyed, like certain animals you see in movies. Even the children are wearing them. It's got a third eye as well, skulls. So identify with some god. Very, very strange. Very, very strange. Ooh, not as strange as this, all-seeing eye. So, yeah, bear in mind that nothing is secret. They know all. And they have done all along since you were a little kid. And we're in some sort of weird experiment. And they don't want you to know too much. They want everyone like that. Little sheep. Yeah. Do as you're told. And all will go well for you. Or not. If you play good, you know, you become one of the establishment. Yeah, I think it ends bad for them too. And then they got to live with their damn souls. So this is like the Battle of Culloden type affair. You know, you got the English fighting the Scottish in them days. But again, they're holographic armies in the sky. Also reported, it's also in the Veda as well, holographic armies. Anything can be projected into the fog. The Holy Grail. The mystery of the Holy Grail. The Jesus bloodline. Secret of the blood. Which is a massive part of the narrative. That's why all that weirdness a few years ago, they were looking for someone. So, yeah, so they bestoweth you with this leaf and a laurel leaf, and then you become a royal and privy to whatever is going on with these otherworldly beings. But yeah, angelic chorus. This woman's also got this halo on, illuminated. So some weirdness went on in this church, but they didn't really give a shit in this church. They were drying washing in it, look. But the skeletons came out of the crypt to have a word with them about what's that damp smell in here that we can smell. I wonder what that hole does. Maybe it's a rubbish chute. Right, let's have a look what this chemical picture is showing us. Okay, we've got sun and the moon. This is a Janus, double face. Old man on the back, young, angel winged. But it's also got the scythe, which basically kills everybody. And again, a deity with the pyramid, the plasma burst, everyone being crushed by architecture. And again, in that chem fog thing that always happens in nearly all of these alchemical depictions. They're always in these clouds. Can you see them? Because the Phoenicians are in the water, in the clouds. So here they are again. So it's, you know, it's not me just tripping out. It's on so many paintings and stuff. These heavenly hosts with their sound and vibration and their trumpets causing holy hell on the earthly plane. So there's the sun. So they're above the earthly plane. Okay. And there's all the people. Long suffering. Poor gets. And the church are like kissing the ground. Everyone has hit the ground. There's literally a multitude of people all hitting the ground because it's the loudest sound that they've ever heard. Because it's them. And they're here. Got guns. It's not like I'm declaring war on heaven or anything, guys. I think they did that with us, don't you? When they just dictate that they can just wipe out the whole of humanity and just replace it at any time and don't go all the way they want. Fuck that shit. No. And I bet other people in other resets have said the same as me. There have been other people just like myself and some of the other truthers. And all you guys, I bet all this has happened before. I think what we did, though, I think we messed it up. I think I made a deal to come back and get it right this time. Yeah, we all did. We did that. So I haven't watched. My son asked me, he said, haven't you seen Eyes Wide Shut yet, Dad? I was like, no, I haven't. So maybe download it for me or something. But I haven't seen it because I've only seen the clip where they get them, all the women with their muffs out bit, and nothing else, really. But apparently, because Kubrick died halfway through, so like, I thought, like, fucking, let's curse that film. I don't want to watch it. It's like Superman or something. The Curse of Superman. So yeah, early movie was very Phoenician as well. Some early movies really fucking crazy. You can find some of it online. So if you're wondering what's happening here, somebody's taken a look in a gob. I don't know why she needed to get into her underwear to have a look in her mouth in a dentist. Take all your clothes off, lay down, open your mouth. So yeah, sky trains. Love Tatarian sky trains. This is an AI image, but I love the feeling of, you know, imagine all the women and every people were dressed in this Tatarian clothes and all of that. I want to live in Tataria world. I do, guys. Just the best world, best people can be, all magical beings. Just nothing like greed and all of that. Just doesn't even exist, guys. Don't need a lock on your door because no one's going to ever steal. That world. That's what we want. Safe world. Safe for our kids and just run around, not be fucking worried for them. All that. So this was the London GPO, General Post Office, which they dismantled in the early part of the 1900s. But it's a big Greco-Romano building. Built a shittier GPO in its place. I just wonder why they would do that, because it's the old world. This is weird, look, guys. They're crucifying this guy, and there's another guy. He's grabbing his junk really unnecessarily. Why would he do that? And it's literally in an old medieval picture. I think this might be St. Andrew, who's Indra. Okay, this is a deity, but they're balancing sticks on his head. I don't know, but I downloaded it because one of my friends balances sticks on his head. So yeah, this is so the blood rushes to your head. Now, my school teacher in junior school explained to me the crucifixion. He said, do you know how Jesus died? So yeah, they crucified him. He said, like, I know the circumstances of how he died. So no, asphyxiation. So really? So yeah, they broke his legs, and when they lift his arms up, he can't draw a breath, and they just like asphyxiate slowly. It takes a couple of days, and you could survive it. It's like, right, shit, didn't know that. So there's that. So yeah, it's a bit of a shit of a time, wasn't it? You know, God's only son, so send him down and get his ass fucking kicked and do an outback. But it all happened in this period. Look, the medieval period. Look at his headphones. He's listening to bloody music, guys. These are beatbox earphones. The bloody swines. Bloody swines. Without us, you'd still be worshipping the sun. Dude, the sun is real. You're not. Fuck off. Missionaries cause more misery in this place. This is interesting, but I know they love their globe mechanics and stuff, don't they, these people? But 1 inch equals 666 miles, it says on this globe. The Randy McNally terrestrial globe has Earth curve calculator on it. It says diameter 12 inches. Oh, this is the reduction, but it says 1 inch equals 666 miles of curvy. Also, the tilt of Earth as well that they say is also 666. It's like so many 666s encoded into their globe mechanics. It's like spins your head out. It's like, Jesus. Well, actually, yeah, that's right. So check this out. This old church in London, and the top bit looks like a landing platform for a balloon and much more ancient. It's not really a standard spire, is it? This is the Tower of London, the Tower Bridge. And all of this has been reduced to fields because of the Luftwaffe in World War II. Dropping bombs. Bloody stupid, that is. Dropping bombs on bloody people. I always wonder what's going on with Reims Cathedral in France. You've got that bloody big cathedral, and it looks like that underneath. Everyone on bicycles. Could be World War II, though. I'll give it that. So this is that big wheel in Chicago. Got literally torched on fire. I've got a couple of pictures of it close up. Absolutely nuts. So there's it, RIP. There's it in its heyday. And then a fire destroys everything you see in this picture, and it ends up like that. But first of all, it was like that. Look how many people went in them. Got tables and chairs in them. They're like railway carriages. There's nothing like that in the modern day. You get two people like struggling for their lives now. So this is how stupid Britain is. If I was you and you was planning a trip to come, yeah, I'd think twice if I were you. This is what they did this week in London. I fucking shit you not. It was disgusting, man. There was fannies and willies everywhere. Nobody wants to see that first thing in the morning. Blech. People in London are celebrating No Trousers Day. Very fucking where participants ride the metro without wearing trousers or pants or pajamas. Both men and women joined the fun, embracing the quirky tradition. Well, let me just state that I'm British and I've been here for quite some time. This is not a fucking tradition. We do not do this. This is disgusting behaviour. People taking their trousers off on the train. Look at this. Bare fucking asses on the train. On the fucking train. Oh, it's gone to shit in an handbag. I can't be dealing with that. Fucking letters. Jesus, this place. This is Antwerp in Belgium's railway station. Isn't it a delight? And look at that window they got going on. And that window. Massive cymatic pattern. Sure it was a railway logger in the past? Check it out. I have walked through these doors. And I didn't even look at it. Well, I was getting a train to Rotterdam, which I used to do. If I docked in Belgium, I used to nip over the border to Holland all the time and get back by morning so I get in trouble, which I always did, by the way. There's look at this. You can buy a little model pothead. Look. So what's he got? He's got pretzels, bag bush. He's got a little toy. A little ball to play with, some peace fingers that you can eat. Bouncy ball. Bouncy balls are epic. Not sure what this is. Oh, a bag of Reese's. I don't like them. I don't. They're too fucking hard for me. I can't do them. Petite can't do them. And this big thing here looks like a bit of a roaster. So yeah, I would have loved one of them as a kid for Christmas. Oh, I got my own pothead. Instead, I had Cyborg and Mutant. So here's some Freemasons, a grim ghoul, and they've drawn a ghoul on a fasces, and he's got a key in one hand. So, and these Yale types, they know secrets. And the grim ghouls in 1929 have got a plaque of Satan on the background and this pillar going on there, a little from Sonic organization type of thing. So yeah, that is the start of that pit before they got it going. The pits to hell that they're drilling in Russia. So she was a famous lady, I can't remember her name, from New Mexico, and she made this art, which is very New Mexican. Longhorns and indigenous natives and stuff, and she's all spaced out there and getting a little bit of a buzz on whatever she's doing. New Mexico's amazing atmosphere to the place. It's so enchanting. All right, 1932, this place here looked like that, and in 2025, all the mud got taken out, and it's all visible again. They did it with most of antiquity, actually. So, right, the Temple of Sol again. Worship of Sol, Satan, who's the sun. And you can see that this is the size of the giant world that went before us. Can you imagine? And we don't see that any evidence of this existing in antiquity, really, do we? Maybe Baalbek is the closest, but that was what they had apparently in Temple of Sol. It was like that. Built by giants, 4 giants. Tiny little bloody people. And these all over China, all over the Asia, India, everywhere are identical to these lighting up in France. I think they are electric devices, a resonating device. So this is interesting. You might not know about this. The man who never was, in recognition for the services to Allied war effort of Glyndŵr Michael of Aberbargoed here in Wales. And that was in 1943. And if you don't know what happened, the man who never was, he got dumped on a beach as a ruse to con the Germans into thinking we were going to be landing at the Pas de Calais instead of the beaches of Normandy. One of the Germans took him in for examination and worked out that this man had died of pneumonia and suspected that this guy had been placed there. But they let it go because, you know, who's going to make the effort? He put it down to he was a drunken sailor fallen overboard, which is what they wanted them to think. But it was a ruse to con the Germans into thinking that we were not going to be landing in Calais, which we didn't because we went to Normandy, on the beaches of Normandy. So did you notice this in the background in the movie Metropolis by Fritz Lang in Germany? The automated race. It started out a human lady in the movie, by the way. Transhumanization agenda in 1920s. Absolutely phenomenal film if you get the chance to watch it. This is a London hospital, but check this out. They're keeping the initial facade and they're taking the inners out, and the inners are going to be completely replaced. But the original feature of facade, so it's like a movie set. Can you see the things all propped up? I wonder if a lot of the stuff we're looking in antiquity, we think the streets are real, and all it is a screen set with these just like that. Do you know what I mean? I wonder how many. Just fabricated past. That's all they do. This is in Venice. We're again with a multitude of people. It's a mountain square and watching a Zeppelin, which is awesome. Because we do love balloons. So 1,245 of you still watching. Check this out. Crazy to think this is Nashville. Okay. And Nashville, the exposition that is there is like the ancient world, and it's like literally bigger than the town of Nashville itself, and it seems to be a bit of a star photo going on there. So Nashville, Tennessee, and we'll have a look at some of these things there. They got these crazy Greco-Romano buildings, pyramids, all sorts. So apparently they built this Nashville. It's dead out of place for Nashville, wouldn't you say? So a temple devoted to Jupiter. Parthenon, Tennessee, Nashville, 1897. So an early exposition. There's only 4 people there. It's not exactly teeming, is it? It does look well established, the area. But again, evidence of the old world, I think. It just makes no sense. It's crazy big as well, this exposition. The size of it in photographs. But they appear to be building there, look, the temple, but it's not, is it? It's already there. Looks to me like they're just putting the roof on, like we always see. And that same old bird's eye perspective from the same angle you get on every single photograph in antiquity. Coincidence? Yeah, right. Of course it is. So we got a Phoenician doing the fingers. Let's have a little study. What is that? Interesting. So it's immense, isn't it? It's absolutely huge, this thing. Bet they dug it out of the bloody mud. Place looks messed. And look at this. This is construction or deconstruction. What is going on here? Because apparently they deconstructed the Nashville exposition like 1 year after it's been built. If you find that difficult to believe, I do. That's what America was looking like. That's why. Look at it. Oh, this is Liège. This is in exposition in Liège, in Belgium. They had a huge exposition. So apparently they built that there, this big thing here, for just a short time. And then they dismantled here again. Le Dôme Central. just craziness. They built all of this and then just knocked it all down in no time. I just don't believe that now. It just makes no sense to me. Excuse me. So look at the size on the Hindenburg. It's got the Olympic things for the Berlin Olympics in the 30s, and it's got a big swastika on it. It's going to go fly off to New York and over humanity when it burns up because the end of the age of air flight. But it's like a hotel in there. Look at all the windows. Look at all the people there. It's a massive hotel. This was an actual slogan that was used by the brown shirts prior to World War II. It's interesting, that, isn't it? Considering the apparent Nazi view of religion, I found it super interesting the way they perverted the cross into the swastika, or they were doing it as they in the picture. Make your own mind up. Another thing I've been wondering about, I'm probably just not clued up, is gasometers. Now, in the Victorian world, the tiny world, these are supplying our gas for our lights and our houses, and they're everywhere in antiquity. Now, there's one or two dotted around in our cities, and they are antique pieces, and they're not used anymore because we use North Sea gas in Britain. So where do they store the gas? Does it come straight out of the sea into our houses? I just don't know why there's no need for these anymore. Leads me to the question is, why they got rid of them all. There was one in Barry. I used to fascinate me. It used to fill up all the way, and then the gas would disappear and it'd be right back down here again. They literally were Constantine, and they go up and down. Fascinating machinery. Right, this is that lady in the red dress who's in the film The Matrix. This is when women look like women, and they dressed really lovely. And this is actually the female as well. Okay, and everyone appreciates beauty. Everyone. Ooh. Classy. Times change. I went in Madden Tussauds in Blackpool once. Louis Tussauds, actually. God, it was bloody rubbish, but it was an amazingly interesting Tatarian building. This one, the building before the Great Fire of March 18th, 1925. This is on Baker Street in London, and apparently this burnt down. Look how old this building is. It's covered in ivy. I only seen it the first time this week. I thought it was a really interesting building, actually, especially with a glass dome. Oh. How long have I been talking? I wonder. Let me come back for a minute. Ooh. There I am. Marcus von Schuttertrap. 1200 back in business. Awesome. I'm going to give you a few of you shouts. I'm going to be wrapping this up very shortly. I've been going maybe another 50 minutes or so and leave it at 2.5 hours. Got so much content out in the last couple of weeks. Von, it was epic. Oh, thank you, Dragon Sage. Glad you do enjoy my efforts and presentations. It's the top tier of Truthtainment on. I don't even know if Truthtainment is actually a genre. Okay, but it is now. Thanks, Von. Johnny Wick, good to see you. Squirrel Sniper, beautiful photo. Martin Leaker. Oh, thanks, my brother. And Cosmic, keep them trees looking beautiful, my friend. Sam from Prague. Ooh, I love Prague. Went there a couple of years ago, Sam. Very, very beautiful looking police women they had there. Couldn't believe it. I was like, fucking hell, arrest me. I'm going to do something wrong now. Iltaria, good to see you, if that is how it's pronounced. Liltaria? Taria? I don't know. And Roy's in the house. And Julie. I'm not going to attempt your second name. And AB Normal, great presentation. Thank you for that, sir. Mr. Razda. Everything Irie, Mr. Razda. We're in Holland land. And Ali Bach. He's in the mountains. Mr. Razda's in the mountains. Luis, good to see you. Thank you, sir. And Chris. So there you are. A load of juicy content to keep you all going. Hope you enjoyed. We had a couple of famous visitors. Come see us in a chat. And Sheila Lewis, are you lovely? Oh, I will. I will, darling. I'm going to just, what was it I had to do next? Just bear with me a second. Oh, can't believe I actually went through all of that. Yeah, it's more or less it. I've got a couple of more things I could show you, but you know what? I think I'll just wait till my next post in a week or so. Well, this week. 1903, Andrew Carnegie actively founded over 700 buildings, and my local library in Canton. Right, I got some water. Cup. Was paid for by Andrew Carnegie Esquire for the price of $9,000 or pounds. And he built, I think, 4 or 5 in Cardiff alone, this city. Andrew Carnegie was an elite from New York buying libraries in Britain for the Carnegie libraries. So, yeah, he built a load of them, yeah. But they are shutting down the libraries, getting rid of the books, as I am, because all my books are just gaining dust and stuff, and I read hardly any of them anymore. They just reference, and I got the internet now, so I don't need them. So, Mr. Razda, always feeling irie, and these shows, Martin Lee, keep going. Oh, thanks, my brother. Natasha, welcome. And Robert Harvey, who lives in Canada. Ooh, just love. I got relatives in Canada. Cousins and aunties and uncle. Jamie Crane and Sue B. Rocio, I think that's it. Thanks, man. Yeah, make sure to share this out if you would. Like this video if you did, and whatever does matter. And Joshua, as long as everyone's feeling groovy, enjoyed themselves, got you thinking, which is what I like to do, and get a conversation going like I did this week. Blow your mind a little and make you giggle a little. Is what I intended to do today. David Danvers. This glass looks like a woman's hips. It does. It's hourglassy. But I do like muffin tops as well. Yeah. Oh, I'm not drinking coffee this late. There's no chance. Wick News. Keep your bloody weight, that word. I can't pronounce that. Thank you, man. And Linda, who is Garden Gordis. Good to see you. Cheryl Bailey, F-A-B. Shelby. And Squirrel Sniper, who's my friend. Maximus, good to see you, my brother. Fatus Maximus, yes, we do like to have a little giggle. Not take life too seriously. Just saying. I did actually write some. I was wondering, like, about toilet artists, basically, if they just. I know this is not good. This is potty humor, by the way, to end the show. That if they splattered the toilet, famous artists. So with my son, we were just thinking about famous bog artists. We came up with Pancasso. That was quite good, I thought. Salvador Dali. Not too bad. Da Vinci, quite like that. And Pangoff. So, potty humour, artists turned into toilet names. Never been done before. I think I just broke the matrix again. See what I mean? Keep doing things that no one else has done before. And saying things no one else has actually thought before and done before. It's just me. Son of Overbrook, good to see you. Oh, I know it's good afternoon, but it's late in the day here in Wales. And hurting. D'Angelo. Freestyle hippie, good to see you. So yeah, it's winter will soon be done, man. We'll be done with this January. It's nearly over, and spring will be coming, and then we'll all get out and play again, do shit, enjoy our lives, be the best we can. Okay, let's just keep it together for this little bit of weirdness that's going on. Okay, in the background, and rise above. Okay, you're not alone. There's loads of people awake like you. I know it's difficult. It is difficult. It's like makes you alone. Generally, because you can only talk to people like everyone else. It's just like you can't even listen to them. I know what it's like. I do know what it's like, guys. It's really hard, especially family members. And it's like like when they're recanting the news to you with like terrible fear. You're like, oh, fucking hell. It's like, it's the fucking telly. Because people just love to be afraid of something or other. Waste their life on fears that never ever materialize. Thanks, Mark. Thanks, Vaughn. Thanks, Vibes. Never materialise. None of them. I'm guilty of it too. Jan Simpson. Thought up all terrible, weird shit that never ever happened in my head. Given to me by them. Thank you, Alpha Billy. 16 Alphas in the house too. I can see you there, my man. Epic things, Matt, my brother. You know it. That's what we do. That's how we roll. That's how we roll here. You know what I'm saying? That's how we roll here, guys. We only do epic fun. Okay, and I will be back in the week. Keep an eye out for Truth Bites. I'm going to do a cookie this week. I'll cook something for you. Something a bit nice and tasty. We like it tasty. We like it juicy. And this video, we went deep. We went double deep. Erno, good to see you, my man. Simon, good. Simone. I always say Simon. Simone. Sorry, it's the female version. Pamela. Woohoo! Says the pound of Swanage. Woohoo. Amos 77, great work. Yep, like, share. Oh, thank you so much. Okay. Yeah, spread the word. Says this guy over on YouTube. He's doing marvelous at doing truth stuff. Spread the word. Romanian Bear, my brother. And Magic Nova. And India. And Jolly Man. Some of these channels are not like the others. Some of these channels are not quite the same. Can you guess which channels are not like the others? Now you're learning to play this game. Dirk Van Grestel. Van Grestel, good to see you, man. Yeah, 34 degrees of insanity. Fucking love it. I'm 99% RSO'd. I got rid of your throat. Ooh, yeah, that will work. Same as my friend Stephen did exactly the same, but it's YouTube and I'm not say. My Flat Earth British think tank channel is on a strike as of this week, and they deleted a video. They said for medical information, because of a video that went out back in the day. I'm saying stuff which I no longer would, by the way. In the days of hurty words, my lips are sealed. Hence, Von, shut your trap. My lips are sealed. Forthwith, my lips are sealed. I shall talk no more. I will not utter another word. That was it from me. My lips are sealed. Forthwith, my lips are sealed. I shall talk no more. I will not say another word from this moment hence. I will say no more words. Not one. Not one word will I say ever again. Nope, that was it. Grateful for the giggles. Thank you, Jansen. Alf, good to see you, Edward. Martin, yeah. Are you an elf too? Yeah, so I got told I was king of the elves. So I'm waiting for him to show. Okay. So I can't be all these different things that they keep telling me I am. But I definitely think because I got like elf things going on, elf years, and I look like an elf, yeah, that I'm probably an elf. And I got elfy ways as well. Elfies are horny, aren't they? Giggles. So Mel, good to see you, Mel. Sue and Marianne, thanks everyone. Thanks Dimples. Thanks Officer Donut. Thanks. Oh, we're having a big love in here now, aren't we? Face Diaper just came as well. Not literally. Oh God, my head. Ryan, good to see you, my bro. I said that though, didn't I? I'm Bella B. Ooh. Okay, just for you. No, £1 for the greatest music machine ever invented. Yeah, well, you are biased though, but thank you. Thanks, Dave. Thanks, Face Diaper. Yeah, that doesn't actually work anymore. It's on strike, hippie. I just mentioned that because I got a video signal. I always get in sorts of trouble with these old channels of mine because of things I used to say, which is no longer acceptable in the Big Brother regime. I definitely feeling the love. Feeling groovy. Fletch. I do groovy. YouTube is helping me pass the flatter day along. So yeah, thanks for like literally up to 1,400 people. I still got 1,000 people watching. Shit the bed. That's amazing. Thanks so much, guys. Looks like YouTube have took my shadow ban away. I think. Because it's just picked up in the last few weeks. And it's not just because of my extra content. Content as juicy as it always is. It's just, I think they lifted it. Maybe. We'll see how it goes. Jamie. See you, thanks. Yeehaw. You all for Texas and America and everywhere. Yay! Loose Sapphire. Grandpa. Lost in Space. If it was real, I wouldn't go there anyway. Sounds crap. Dallas, we need you, Martin. Oh, no, I'm here. That was only temporary. I just had a moment of I will talk no more. Obviously, I did. So don't worry about it. Yeah. Pretty hard to keep quiet, actually, I find. As YouTube has found. After the last 10 years of my gob, the world has not been the same since. Thank you. That's really, really good of you to say. Thank you. Thank you, Mark Whitehead. Okay, well, I got to go because I need to rest. And it's been such a busy, crazy week. Got more to come. Keep an eye on my channel, guys. Make sure to subscribe. Thank you all for 66,000 subscribers this week. I was coming at 67. And this channel I started in 2018 or 19, I think, because my other channel got fucking taken down. My first Martinica channel, which I changed to the Tatarian channel, which has now been deleted. And I had 1,000 videos on there and so much action. Jesus, that was my old channel. So I started on 0 and I built it back up to where it is now. Just saying. Thank you, Liddy. Thank you, Pam. I kept going and I kept going because persistence and not giving up is what I do. Neil, good to see you. Against the stem or the flow of tide against me, because basically nobody really wanted me there, I don't think, in the beginning, because I don't fit with the YouTube face and talky way, you know. He's like, I'm not really YouTube here. They got a certain way of talking, they got certain actions, they all talk the same, act the same. It's just all fucking nuts. It's like they're in some weird cult. Patsy, epinephrine vibes due. So yeah, I'm gonna go now and I'm back in the week. Thank you for being here, guys. That was an awesome turnout. Joe and everybody who's giving me supers, absolutely stonking. I can't really see him here though. Yeah, it's been crazy time. Okay, Marticus Tentacus. Funny type. Anyway. Thank you, Loose Sapphire. Thank you, Cher. Thank you, Face Diaper. Thank you, Robin. Is in the house. I didn't see you there as well. Thank you, Robin. Thank you, everyone, for being here. It's been glorious. Okay. How long have I been talking? 2.5 hours. 7:30, 8:30, 9:30. No, 3 hours. Gee, I've been talking for 3 hours, over 1,000 people. Oh, my God. Okay, then. I gotta go. Stay epic. Just keep your vibration high, and I will be back very soon, guys, okay? Keep an eye out for more juicage.